guys, so welcome to another video. I really don't know how Pinkie does these introductions, and I'm really sorry if it's not up to like her quality, but yeah, it's been a while since Pinkie's done a video, and I kind of felt bad that you guys were like being left, and not necessarily that she does it on purpose, because she definitely doesn't, and she enjoys making YouTube videos, but it's been kind of like a hard time of the year, because we recently moved to a different country, and you know, like the school year, things started like, they kind of like go like they kind of relax down a bit, so people don't necessarily have as much time to do stuff. At least that's for us. Those who do are very lucky. And on top of that, Pinkie's computer is kind of like slowly dying. Yeah, I don't know. She's probably gonna edit this because I'm like, well, my editing skills are really bad. It's making such horrible sounds. But my parents, like, computers are expensive, so my parents are like waiting for it to like completely die before they get her a new one. So we'll see how long that takes. Please do put like your predictions, but we'll see. Anyway, aside from that, I'm just gonna be giving like a little update. We started, not necessarily Pinkie and I left the Super Dodos, and there's been kind of stuff happening in the server and all that, and so we left because Pinkie wanted to start her own club, which she's been trying to do before. Like, we started sea mammoths like a while ago, and it kind of like, it didn't fail, it just that we didn't have like as much time, and we didn't have like the motivation as much to do it. Sorry. And so it kind of like never ended up taking off. So this time we're definitely taking it more seriously, and Pinkie decided to start a new club, and our leader was really kind, and they're super kind people, so they're always like understanding. They're not going to force you to stay in the club that you don't want, and they just ask that you say goodbye to everyone, just out of respect, because that's what you should do. It's nice. And so yeah, we created a new club. It's called Red Wolves, and it's doing pretty well, though I can't really like, it's not necessarily like large, but that's like to expect. We just started recently, so you can't just expect things to be really quick, but nonetheless we're kind of like really thankful. We have a pretty large following, and when I say large, I don't mean like in the thousands, I mean in the hundreds. For like the time that it's been out, like we've only have created like this not even a month ago, like just a couple weeks, and we already have like we're getting to like 200. I think we're getting close, you know, but we're growing, and we're going faster on social media than like the actual server, and that's totally fine. Like, it comes slowly, you know. Even though as much as like it's annoying, because you want to become like one of the best, and you want to be like known and praised by others, as you see like on social media such as like YouTube or Instagram, of the like really big clubs on other servers. Lightning Star isn't like really well known, I would say. It's the only Spanish server, if I'm correct, and so that's kind of like, yeah, there's no necessarily any like famous people on here that I know. Ooh, unless you'd consider Pinkie really famous, but we'll see. But yeah, and so we're doing good. Like I said, it's not that big. We have like only like 10 members, unless it grew since last time I checked. Pinkie hasn't had as much time to go online as I do, but yeah, and so we're growing, and the time of the year is like kind of busy, especially since a lot of our members have IRL competitions, and so they aren't able to connect as much the weekend, which is kind of a bummer because normally the weekend is when we actually like do stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. Though we're really like fortunate to have like know people within other clubs. Like in Lightning Star, the two biggest clubs at the moment are Furious Rockets and Air Crows, and they're super nice people. I swear, you always get like, there's always gonna be like clubs who are like really famous and somehow manage to be really mean, or like snotty or something like that about it. But these people are like the sweetest, I swear. If like, I honestly would recommend them if anyone looks for like a big club. They're great people, honestly. They're so nice, and I feel like that's kind of hard nowadays. We have like a lot of new people, and I can't really speak for other servers, but I can compare like the American server to American service to the Spanish server, because I've been on both. Not necessarily that I've been much on the American server, but I've been enough that I kind of like understand and see how people are, because I've read chats and all that, and I've talked to people. But the Spanish server tends to be more dramatic than it needs to be, and I feel like that's more with like the younger people that are joining SSO, and maybe like the newer generation of SSO players, and that's totally fine as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, and that's not necessarily what's happening. So we have like a lot of people, or like a large quantity, more than we should, of people that cause drama or listen to drama just for like the entertainment of it, which is really disappointing. And so finding clubs who aren't like that is kind of difficult. But yeah, other than that, all is well. Our new club, yeah, like I said, it's kind of like, it's not struggling because it's expected to be slow, but it's taking a while to grow. Like, it's kind of difficult to get members. I felt like when I joined the American server just to see, and when I say American, I mean like Night Star, I saw that people were more willing to join clubs and more like for it, and more in the growth of like the small clubs, while Spanish servers or Lightning Star server, and it's completely fine, it just kind of like makes you feel bad when you don't grow as expected, but I can't complain, and here people are more, they want a club. They join a club not for anything else but the fact that it's like larger, which is fine. Like, I understand people have their own preferences, but it's kind of hard to grow a club of like nice people, because our mission is basically to create like a close-knit environment of kind people who are willing to hang out and make new friends, and our primary like practices or classes are dressage, and that's what we're the best at, and we haven't had much time to do much dressage, but we're doing, and it's good. I'm happy. The people that are in it at the moment are really nice, and we're cheering them on while they do their weekend competitions, and slowly over the year we'll probably like speed up a bit more, and it's the school year, so people are busy, but I'm hoping in the summertime we have more time to like actually like expand quickly, and so that's how things are going. We have an Instagram if anyone wants to check it out. It's Red Wolves United, I think. I'm not quite sure, but if anyone wants to check it out, it's there for you. And so yeah, and we've made a lot of friends inside and out of the club, and so that's how things are kind of going at the moment. Trying to think, aside from that, not much new, we recently just got the Halloween horses released, like not the actual horses, but like how they're gonna look, the teaser on social media. And to be honest, I'm gonna say this like with the honest, like with just as constructive criticism, because this is my honest opinion, and no one should listen to my like opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. But I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm kind of disappointed. It's just my own preference, especially like after the birthday horse, because that was something we all got to vote on, and I voted for bright colors because I wanted something different, and we got this black and white horse that, as much as like is cool and interesting, and I'm very thankful to be able to get a free horse, is kind of disappointing. I expected something a bit more out there, but you know, it is what it is. And then next we get like the Halloween horses, and they're, like I said, they're beautiful. They're the Eurovic wild kind of breed, and like I said, they're beautiful horses, but like I feel by now the Jorvik breed is kind of getting overdone, and I understand it's the SSO horse, but I'm still, my opinion still stands, and it's getting overused. And then on top of that, I don't get any like Halloween vibes like previous years with like the pumpkin horse or the skeleton Western horse. Oh my god, what are they? Quarter horse, the American quarter horse. Sorry, I'm literally out of this. I just had an assessment turned in yesterday, and I'm still in like that mindset. So sorry, but yeah. So those were more interesting horses, and when I saw the new released horses, I did not think Halloween, and maybe someone disagrees with me, and that's perfectly fine. But when I saw those, if anyone showed me those horses anytime, and I hadn't previously seen the information on them or anything, I would have just assumed flower horse and swamp horse. You know, they're pretty, but there's like nothing special about them in my opinion. I love the flowers in the hair and the vines, but it didn't really like stick out to me. So I don't plan on buying. Not that I could, because I'm kind of like low on star coins right now, and I'm definitely not going to be saving up for Halloween. I'm hoping during Christmas they release a new horse, and maybe they won't, because like last year they did, but I'm hoping they do, and I'm hoping that it's something special, something different. And as like, I already have two. I'm not one. A lot of people like Pinkie buys horses that she loves. You know, she buys horses. She has a lot more horses than me. I can't. My quantity is limited. But she buys whatever she can, whatever she wants. It's her money. It's what she saved up and what my parents have paid for. And while I like buy the horses I love, like if I know I won't regret them, then I'll buy. I think like the only horse I bought with regret is the Marwari. I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't love it, you know? It's a beautiful, it's a cool breed. It's not beautiful. I have like a preference for elegant horses, tall, short bodies, long legs, and the Marwaris aren't necessarily that, but they're cool. If you love them, you do you, girl. You can buy whatever horse you want, but they're not necessarily my favorite. And I have one, and I bought it only because of the special move, which was the bow, and I love that, but I never use it. And so kind of now it just feels like, oh, I just wasted star coins for a horse I never use and I don't enjoy, you know? And the thing is, I don't want to sell it because I don't think that the money you get for selling the horse is fair. You get Jorvik shillings and you don't even get like a good quantity of them. So if Star Stable ever changed that, and I hope they do, because as much as like I understand they're trying to make money, and they don't want to give you star coins because they want you to save them up or buy them. I wish Star Stable would do like at least minimum of you get half the star coins you originally bought the horse with. So if the horse was 9,000, you get 400. I mean, not 9,000, 900. You get 450 star coins back, or like even less. Just give me star coins. You know, like a several hundred. I don't know. It's my opinion. But yeah. I think the only other horse that I've only sold, I kind of like regret it now, but it's nothing special. When I first joined Star Stable, you know the pony race you have to do, and you have to get a pony for it, and I had to buy a pony because I hated the little exclamation point on my mini map, and so I bought it just to get it done with. And I sold that pony. I hate that pony. I hate the ponies. They're not the new ponies. The second generation ponies, are they? I don't know. The previous ones. They're not, I don't know. They're like adorable in the fact that they have like a round shape, but I don't enjoy them. They're a little stubby, they're long, and they're round. So they definitely go against all my preferences. But so that's the only horse I ever sold. And even now I kind of regret selling it because I think I deserved more money than what I actually sold it for. But it is what it is. It's not one I can't just like, it's a waste of time to like look back and wish you had done something different. So I try not to think about it. But yeah, so that's how it's going. Nothing new aside from that. Our server is kind of not necessarily dead. There's not many activities happening at the moment, but club leaders are definitely, and club owners are talking between each other, and so we're doing stuff like during Halloween, where we have a activity planned or like a photo planned with Grand Dandelions, and they seem very sweet. I haven't necessarily met anyone from that club. They're more on the smaller side, and they're not necessarily out there. Now that I think of it, I haven't seen a lot of them connect often, but maybe that's just because it's not a large club and so there's not a lot of people. And so yeah, but yeah, we have something planned with them, and they seem very nice, so I'm assuming that's gonna go well. And then I think can't even remember. I think it was Air Crows, or maybe it was Furious Rockets. I think it might have been Furious Rockets. Please, if any from the clubs invites me, I would check my Discord right now, but I'm kind of, yeah, I'm lazy, you know? I'm not gonna check it right now, but I think it was Furious Rockets, and I can't remember who specifically planned to do or like offered the idea of doing an event kind of like Olympics style. This was kind of like planned when the Olympics were happening. The 2021 Olympics were still going on, and so it was put up the idea that we do some kind of like event like that, or events between the clubs, kind of like that style, and kind of like go all out and do logo and a whole desfile, like a parade, to introduce all the clubs that are going to be taking part, like, you know, Olympic style. I assume most people watch the Olympics at least once, so kind of that. And so yeah, that was planned. It's kind of hard. It was originally planned around the Christmas time, but it was discussed that a lot of people want to spend time with family and all that, and it's gonna be like a week event. So it was moved to February, and since then we haven't really talked about it more, but in all honesty, I think it'd be a great idea And so I might continue working with them to make sure it does happen, because I think it's great, and sometimes the server feels a bit disconnected from each other. And so I think it's good to do stuff like this that bring people together. Because I feel like the last thing we did something really big with the entire server was the Silver Owls, like cross-country walk kind of thing. It was like a little parade. People would definitely know how to say this. I'm dyslexic, so I can't remember any names. I mean, words. My head's kind of jumbled up in that sense, but something like that with the Silver Owls, and it was really fun, you know. And so it's been a while since. It's been a really long time. If you want to see that video, I think Pinkie posted a video previously about it, and it's pretty fun. It was fun and it was enjoyable, and so I hope we do something like that again, because I think it's really important to connect between clubs. It gives us more activities to do, and then honestly it helps make new friends. So yeah, so I think it's a good idea. We'll see how it goes though. But yeah. Ooh, oh my god. No. I always have a struggle with that little area. I hate it. What was it? I was doing the telescope, the observatory race, the little telescope race yesterday, and I accidentally missed the last checkpoint because I hit the little bridge, so I wasn't able to reach it on time, and it was like the last checkpoint, so I would have had to do the entire race all over again, and I wasn't having it. I just gave up. Yeah, I used to do the bunny race too. Everyone has like a shared passionate hatred for the bunny race, and I'm completely all for it. I hate that race too, you know. I used to be able to do it in a while, but I kind of ran out of horses to train, and so I hadn't trained my horses in a while, so I kind of forgot what path I took to collect the fastest, and I did it consistent, and I kind of forget that. So now I have such a struggle that I've kind of given up, and I don't know if you noticed, but I skip it now. I don't do it. I've given up. I'm weak. But yeah. So that's how things are going. But not much has occurred. Those are pretty much the majority of the updates. And I hope Pinkie continues to make videos, in all honesty. I think she's really good, and they're really entertaining, you know? My favorite tend to be the horror ones. but yeah. So we'll see. If she can get a new computer soon, and she relax. She's doing AP history as a sophomore, and she's definitely getting stressed. She enjoys the class, but it's stressful. It makes sense. Though I used to have the teacher in my years, and he's a really nice teacher. So hopefully she does well, and I think she will, because I keep pushing her, becoming kind of bossy, but I guess that's expected as an older child. But I've been trying to get her to get good grades, because I did the IB, and so I had a different education, and my college entry exams were based on those, but high school entries in the US it's different compared to Europe. And so I think it's going to be, her education's going to be easier in the US. The US tends to be more behind in education, and that's why she's taking a lot of AP classes on her second year of high school, compared to most people wouldn't. But yeah. And so in that sense, I think it'll be easier, but I think it'll be harder to get into universities, especially in the US, where it's super expensive, and you're based off your SAT exam and all that. So I'm hoping she does well, and I put trust in her. But yeah, you know, I wish the best for my sister, and I want her to succeed. So yeah, I think that's all for today. There's not much else happening, but yeah, hopefully Pinkie gets a new computer soon, and hopefully you guys can listen to her beautiful voice once again and her little aesthetic rumbles. Oh shoot. But yeah, and so yeah, thank you for listening to my pathetic and useless rumble, or not useless rumble, my useless talking and unnecessary discussion. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.